So when you think of percentile ranking, so I'm going to put the formula down right here, okay? Percentile ranking is, and it's going to come back again, but I want you to flip through this and see it. Right? That is the formula for percentile ranking. But please don't just put that on your study sheet, because you won't know what B and N is. B is the number of values below the one given. Okay, write that down. N is the total number of values in the set. And I'm going to use a red pen for this part. No percent, okay, or decimals. Round to whole number. So if you don't do this part, I think you lose a full mark for omitting this. So if you make sure your study sheet has the formula, but also has that little note that you cannot have percentage and you cannot have decimals. And why am I saying that? What do we tell you? We've been telling you this all along. When you multiply something by 100, it's a percentage, right? We keep on telling you that, but except for in this case, percentile, you do not, okay? So that's what I'm telling you. I'm going to highlight a percentile rank. Highlight this part if you're highlighting, if not underline. A percentile rank indicates the percentage of values of the given data that are lower than the given number. I'm going to switch colors just so it stands out a bit. So if someone says, my income puts me in the 60th percentile, that means that 60% of people earn less than me. That's what 60th percentile indicates. And I need to have different ways of writing this, so please add this. So P60 is the 60th percentile, but I've also seen, so say equals PR60. So there's variations, like a question could say someone is in the P60, but most of the time they will say 60th percentile if they mean that. But some textbooks have PR60. And the reason why I'm telling you this is if there's a multiple choice and you see this, you shouldn't panic. It is what, right? Focus on the 60. Another thing worth highlighting, percentile rank indicates where a value stands with respect to the other data in that set. Connor Hellebuck, our goalie for the Jets. What do you think percentile-wise during the regular season? Where was he? Would he have had a higher percentile rank or a lower percentile rank? It would have been higher, because most goalies did worse than him, right? But in the playoffs, I hope he doesn't watch this, but let's face it, he didn't do so well in the playoffs. I don't know if you followed it, but he actually went down. Like compared to the rest of the goalies, he wasn't doing so well. So percentile rank tells you how you compare to everybody else. Okay, here it is one more time. I'm going to circle it. This is the formula one more time. And we use whole numbers. We do not use percentages. So if you want to highlight that again, it doesn't hurt. Because when you're reviewing, okay, look at this. What do you see? It's a very It's a very simplified example, but what do you see? What do you notice in this lineup? They're going older, but also taller, right? So we could talk about age, we could talk about height. But if this is you, and 80% of people are shorter than you, we can go shorter. Okay? I'm going to put heights here at the very top. Heights. If we were to talk about heights, page 53, then my percentile would be 80th. Okay? Percentile rank is the same thing, 80th. Percentile rank, same thing. 80% of people are shorter. So, meaning 80th percentile, write this down. Percentile rank, if I asked you what does that mean, it means that 80% of people in this group are shorter than you. Okay, that's all we know. We don't know your actual height here. We just know that 80% of people are shorter than you. Okay? So, you see how this gets confusing? I tell you don't use percentage, right? When you state your answer for percentile rank, you will not. You will always use 80th, or you can just go 80, but do not put a percentage there. If I ask you for the meaning, however, listen carefully, the meaning, then you can say percentage. 80th percentile means that 80% of people are shorter than you. Okay? 80% in terms of 80th percentile in terms of income, it means that 80% of people earn less than me. Okay? Why do you think my percentile rank would be in terms of income if we just consider this class? Would I have a higher percentile rank? Probably the highest. Probably the highest. Unless, come and talk to me if you make more than me. You can look my income up, actually. It's all online, it's public. But I would be on the higher percentile for sure. Percentile rank, highlight this part as well. A percentile that does not necessarily tell you your actual score. It just tells you how your score compares to the rest. That is the main purpose of a percentile. Okay. I'm going to skip page 54. I should have inserted that later, so I'll skip page 54. Let's go to 55 here. I'll jump around a little bit on this in this topic here. Okay, this is an exam question, classic exam question. Watch this. The players on a senior boys volleyball team have the following heights. They're not arranged, but they're there. Okay? Calculate the percentile rank. Highlight that part. Calculate the percentile rank. We're not doing mean median mode. Okay? Percentile rank of the heights, and then explain what your answer is saying. This is the actual score. Actual, I'm going to go score in quotation marks, but that's the one you're supposed to consider. B and N. B stands for the number of values lower than the one you're given. Let's find them. Let's go check. How many? So 1. Can I count this one? Nope. You count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I count 172? Nope. So 5, 6. I counted 6. And I'm right. That's good. 6 players are shorter. You don't have to do this later on. Shorter than 172 centimeters. How many players are there in total? Did anybody already count that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 players total. So here we go. Percentile rank. You have this on your study sheet, right? You go look it up. Oh, it's B over N times 100. We can do this we can do mental math here, right? 6 divided by 12, half, right? 0.5 times 100 is 50. Leave it like that, or if this makes you feel better, you can go 50th, okay? That's technically the official way to answer this. So what does that mean? 50% of players are shorter than 172 centimeters. We don't have a name of the player. That could be thrown in the mix. In this case, we don't. The way you do this remains the same. Okay, so this is the meaning of a 50th percentile. Let's try that for 190. So same set. Can you figure out the 190? Can you figure out the percentile rank for 190, please? Go figure it out. See what you get. All right, let's see how you did. What's B for this one? How many players are shorter than 190? 11. 11. And N is still 12, right? So what do we do here? This is going to give you a decimal. So when you do this, you get 91.66, and that keeps going. Do not leave it. Do not turn it into a decimal. So you have a choice. You can go 92nd, or you can go 91st. You choose. Don't give me both, right? What's that? Giving it as a decimal would be a wrong, or percentage. So you want to do, right? You pick, you choose. So they don't care if you round up or down, as long as you round to a whole number. In my opinion, by textbook, you should always round up, no matter what. As soon as it's point something, you round up, because you're ranking, right? So if you go down, you're ranked below where you should be, right? So I would say always go up. This is my choice, okay? But the province doesn't care either or, as long as you don't have, right? No percentage, no decimals. One more time. You can't say that I didn't warn you, okay? Could there be a player with 100 percentile? Is it possible to be in the 100th percentile? So think about it this way. If you are in the set, and I'm saying I'm the tallest player in the team, on the team, right? So you remove, I have to remove myself, and now I have to count all the players that are shorter than me. Would that be 100% if I remove myself? It wouldn't, right? So it's impossible to have 100 percentile. Okay. So I will just say this, you can't have 100% of players be shorter than you. Okay? Because you are part of the team. So 99 percentile is the highest. Okay? Let's go to 56. This is a tricky question. This is straight from an old exam. I just don't remember the actual year. But look at this. They want to know if you understand the difference between percentage and percentile. Thomas scored 29.5 out of 40 on the test. He knows that out of 35 students, he scored higher than 18 students in his class. State Thomas's score on his test as a percentage. You would use this one to answer that question. right? You take the actual score, what is it out of, times 100. That's what I do on your tests every single time. Okay? So I always have a calculator right beside me, and I go what you got divided by the total. So that would be times 100. So technically 73.75%, right? That's on the test. That's what you scored on the test. What percentile does Thomas's test place him compared to the class, right? Now we're talking percentile rank. B over n times 100. You do not care about his test score, really. You just care about how many students scored less than Thomas. Well, we know it's 35 total, right? He scored higher than 18 students, right? So 18 students scored less than Thomas. If you want to rephrase that, okay, you go 18. So 18 over 35 times 100. That's 51.42 something, right? But we're going to do this, 52nd percentile. So 52% of students scored less than who? Than Thomas, right? Now we have a name attached to the actual score. So this is almost in the middle, right? 52? It's 50 below, so almost 50 above you, right? So you're kind of like middle of the pack compared to everybody else. Can I just highlight that part here? Can you go back to 55? I forgot to mention that. Go to this first question right here. If you're in the 50th percentile, folks, write down that that is technically our median height. I'm going to give this a different color. What's the median again? It's right in the middle, correct? So 50th percentile, folks, is the median for us, okay? It's like right in the middle. Your 50% are shorter than you, and about 50% are taller than you. Before we go, I want to do a table one. Let me see here. Do I have it hidden somewhere or no? Yeah, here. I'm going to wait with that till tomorrow, the table. Let's just do this one here. I want you to go to 56, do this one, put a star next to this one. And I want you to try on the back side, the students in a drama class on 57. All right? So try those two questions. Try to find percentile rank. I'll give you the answers in a bit so you can actually check whether or not you're doing things right. Please write down the formula on your study sheets. I can guarantee you that you're going to need it on the exam. It's in some shape or form. Okay?